How you doing? I'm Jim Watson. I'm going to take you on a tour of one of my favorite towns. This is called Lynch, Kentucky. And it was built in 1917 by U.S. Steel. They bought 30,000 acres of land in these mountains, along Black Mountain, and began mining it for coal. The coal they shipped to Gary, Indiana to make your steel. That way they didn't have to buy coal. They mined their own and then made steel production. And they built this entire town. It's a beautiful town. And a lot of the remnants of the town, of the mining, are still here. And I'm at the end that's closest to Benham. And I'm going to take you through the town, and I hope that you enjoy it. Now this creek right here that you can see is one of the first problems that they had to deal with when they decided they was going to build a coal camp here. This creek could cause flooding problems, and it actually did flood while they was doing some building. And so they decided that they would have to move the creek, and that's exactly what they did. So they moved the creek, they built flood walls, not so much here because we're at the edge of town, but further up in town, they moved the creek to get it out of the way, and they built a rail line spur. L&N Railroad went into Benham but wouldn't come into here. And this was 1917, and steel production was big on the war, and the L&N Railroad was afraid that after the war was over, that the mining would play out and they'd be out the money. So the owners of U.S. Steel decided to build their own spur line, which they paid for themselves, and their own cars, rail cars, and eventually their own locomotive. And they began mining almost immediately. They started by building a 315-foot building for workers while they were building the town. And then eventually they built all these houses. Of course, these all came later. I'm at the furthest end. This section, which is called Lower Lynch, was the colored section. Back in those days in Kentucky, things were segregated between whites and blacks. And that's the colored school there peeking out. I'll take you over there and show you. But the coloreds lived down in this end of town and had their own colored school. And then Upper Lynch up on the other end was where your white minority, your white people and foreign minorities mostly lived. But this section was all colored. And it's a very nice little town. It's a lot like Mayberry. That's what I've always likened it to. This road is called Main Street when you get into Lynch, but it's really State Route 160 that comes through here. And you can see Black Mountain peeking through on the sides over there. Down here there's parks for people to hang out, and this sign says welcome to Benham because I'm at the line between Benham and Lynch. And you have parks over here. This is going 160, and I'm going to stop up here at the colored school on the left. Taking you up to it. This is the park from the other end. I haven't come very far. I'm actually by this colored school and I'm walking around to the front of it. Here's a sign by the colored school I'll narrate for you. Lynch Colored High School, West Main High School. This brick facility was built in 1923 by the United States Coal and Coke Company, then leased to Lynch Colored Common Grade School District. Students from Benham and Lynch enrolled in the high school. The first 4 graduates received their diplomas in 1928. Lynch, this town was originally called TL because the president of United States Coal and Coke was Thomas Lynch, and that's where the town got its name from. And they wanted miners to be happy, so they only employed the best teachers to teach in their schools so kids could get a good education and wouldn't have to be coal miners like their daddies, which is what most men didn't want their kids to be, coal miners, because it was dirty and it was dangerous. And even if you survived without having accidents, you could end up with a black lung. So they built nice schools. The high school for whites further down in Lynch is really nice compared to this one. Here's the sign right there, Lynch Colored Public School. And right now this building is used by the Eastern Kentucky Social Club. Now, I have never been inside this building. This is looking up 163. This is all Lower Lynch. These houses, and I'll tell you something about the way they built their houses in Lynch. Most coal camps all have the same style of house. Well, they didn't want it to be that way in Lynch, so they built all their houses in 4, 5, 6 different styles. So the houses look similar, but they're not exactly the same. That way the town has a little bit of difference, and they painted them all different colors so that it looked like a real town and not just a coal camp, because most of your coal camps all had the same exact houses with the same exact paint. But they wanted this to be a nice community, so that's what they did. This is looking back down 160 by the entrance where the sign is. Down there it says "Welcome to Lynch." There's quite a bit of traffic coming through here. This mountain right here, which runs behind Lynch, is called Looney Ridge, and it's a part of Black Mountain. This is around the back of the colored school, which is where I parked. I'll tell you something else. These houses had what was called Sandy Sweep toilets. It was an outhouse, and your waste would go into a pipe that was flushed out a couple times a week. And this is the remains of one of them. And you could have coal, put coal in there too. And I'm looking up an alley. This is looking at the backside of houses that are facing Main Street, and you can see their little outhouse buildings. This one right here is in pretty bad shape. I'm off of Main Street now, and I'm behind the colored school, and you can see even houses over here. There's a lot of little houses. This is driving away from the colored school. These houses have anywhere from 4 to 12 rooms. There were duplexes. They depended on the size of the miner's family. If you had a large family, you get a larger house. If you had a smaller family, you get a smaller one. Or there was a possibility you could get a larger house and rent one of the extra rooms out to help you with your pay. To live in this town, you had to be employed by the coal company. Every person who lived here was employed by the coal company, and living here depended on you keeping your job. So if you got fired, you were out. If your dad was killed in the mine, your family had to leave. That's the way it was. And I'm getting ready to turn in here by the Baptist Church and let you get a look at it. This is the Lynch Baptist Church. Southern Baptist is big in this area. This building right here, I ain't real sure what it is. There's no sign on it. There's a sign that says private property. I've never been inside this Baptist church. It's a pretty church. This is looking back down Main Street. I just came from that direction, and I'm at the church here. This is looking up the little side road that leads away from the church. There's a friendly dog here keeping the peace. These little side roads with houses are all over the place. There was over 1,000 homes built here. Okay, I'm driving away from the Baptist church. I'm on Main Street, and I'm leaving the section known as Lower Lynch. I should have showed you how they look on a map. Shifted into third there. There's a wooded area in between Lower and Upper Lynch. It's got Looney Creek along to the left, which is on the other side of that guardrail there. You can see Looney Creek down there. By the way, the creek's never that high. There's been a lot of rain. I was going to say that when I was back here and forgot. Get some exercise walking along here if you wanted to. I don't have mine to. Now we're coming into the industrial area, which separates Upper and Lower Lynch, and this is where they had the Portal 30 and Portal 31 mines, and where they process their coal. And I'm going to pull in here, and a lot of the history, that's part of the tipple over there. This belt line is not original from U.S. Steel, but I'll get into a little bit more of that later. And I'm going to pull in here by the lamp house and by the Portal 31 mine. I see the lamp house is open, which means my buddy Bob Lunsford should be in there. I'm inside the lamp house. I'll get you outside later. My friend Bob's sitting out there. He has a horrible memory. Never remembers me. The many times as I've been here, this stuff's all related to Lynch. Got the old black and white photos over here. This is the front of the hotel, which doesn't exist anymore. They tore it down. Archer, Kentucky. That's who ended up buying out the mines here. All the coal rights. There's John L. Lewis. I love him. And this picture's autographed. I done told him one of these days somebody's going to walk off with that. It's valuable. It's very valuable.
Still up on high now, and boy, that's coming out good.
I love that sign right there.
That's time.
Yeah.
Here's another sign you ought to get too.
Unless you're willing to be careful to avoid injury to yourself and fellow workers, don't ask for employment here.
Yeah.
We don't want careless employees. Look at those.
Sign right here?
I'm gonna get some of those shirts.
Lest we forget.
Uh-huh.
Nick, if I cut the light on the hippie.
Well, no, there's a reflection on the glass from the
Makes it worse.
light from the windows. Give me a little bit of history, Bob, about Lynch and the mines here.
When the mines, this mine's opened in 1917. This was the largest in the nation. We run 200 railroad cars a day with a pick and shovel.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was a 55 ton in a car, but that's still a lot of coal with a pick and shovel.
Uh-huh.
We had 6,000 miners. We had the mines over here 30 and 31.
Mm-hmm.
And that 31 went, that 30 went 8 miles, this here went 13 miles. This went into Lynch County.
It's a long ways.
That's a long way, boy. That sure is a long way. And then in the old days, we had 80 and 90 men on a section with a pick and shovel. Then when the come in, when the men, the continuous miners come in the 47, 45, 47 like that cut us down to 8 men on a section, see? And we lost a lot of men then, sure did. And we had 1,100 houses here. We had 2 schools, color schools, white school. We had the 2 of the best schools in the state because U.S. Steel was paying 85% of it. And but it had 3 stores, had a big store, had a hotel. You name it, we had it. We made our own pear here too, son. Our own juice.
Wow.
You know, we made our juice here for the houses and for the mines and all like that. It's like that. And it was a very nice town to live in. All our bosses here, when they first started in 1917, come from Uniontown, Pennsylvania. That's when U.S. Steel come in here. That's U.S. Coal and Coal Company in the old days. Then they changed it back. See on this sign right here it says U.S. Coal and Coal Company?
Uh-huh.
That's when it started, 1918, 1931.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like that. But it was, in this building we're in here right now, this is the lamp house right here. This lamp, you can't let 1,800 men or 1,900 men come in here. They come to all these windows we have out here. And they come out to the windows, they get a check number, and then they get their light. That check number is for the identification in case you get hurt. This figure, we can identify you, see. You keep that with you all the time. And the payroll man can see who checked in and stuff like that, and how long he stayed in the mine and paid like that. He checked on it. And then you had another check number. When you load a car, with a pick and shovel, you put your check number on this car. And most time, there's 2 of you, there's a buddy on it, you had 2 of you load this car. If you loaded 10 cars, he got 5, you got 5.
I see.
Yeah. I worked 42 years in the mines, in and out. That enough?
So you was born here in Lynch?
Yeah, I was born here in Lynch.
Went to school here in Lynch?
Went to school here in Lynch.
Your daddy was a miner?
My daddy was a miner. My daddy worked 7 days a week. He was pump his water out of his hole, see? Then he got his eye knocked out, and U.S. Steel gave him a job. I want to know if he could still do the same job, and he did. He worked 4 more years with one eye, see, inside.
I see.
Like that, yeah.
And then you started working here. How old were you when you started working for the company?
I was about 19 when I started.
You used to work in the machine shop?
Yeah, I worked in the machine shop, in and out. We'd go in the machine shop. I was a welder. They'd go in and then something break on the machine or break a rail or something like that. We'd go in and weld it and get it back out like that, see.
And then when did U.S. Steel leave and sell the town out?
U.S. Steel left here in 1984. Arch Bendel come in here and bought it out. And Arch Bendel left out here in 1997.
And the town was incorporated in '84?
Yeah, they start incorporating it in after the
And the miners had a chance to buy their houses? And what'd you buy yours for?
I bought my house for $1,000. I've been in it 52 years. I still owe 5 more payments. You don't owe me a quarter?
Wow. So when Arch came in, then did you work for Arch?
Yes, I worked 4 years for Arch.
And
Yeah.
what mines did Arch run?
What now?
What mines did Arch
Arch
run?
owned the whole thing. They owned everything in town.
They didn't run all the mines
Yeah.
though that U.S. Steel did they?
No, U.S. Steel, U.S. Steel sold the whole, everything out, everything. Lock, stock, and barrel. Sure did. And we used to have 3 stores. Our main big store is up here, and then we'd have to, we had another small store down here. Each lower end of town had one down here and you had another up here.
Is that the red brick building across the
Yes.
street from the colored school? Was
No,
that
from
the small
Colored
store?
Church. I mean, from the Baptist church down here.
The Baptist church.
Straight across
Right,
the
right,
Baptist
right,
church.
right.
Yeah, straight across, yeah.
I seen that. That's closed up now.
Yeah, just closed. No, they still beating it. They're trying to get it local back, get it back open. Yeah.
So then when did Arch quit mining in here?
I quit '97.
In '97.
Yeah.
And Arch still runs the one out by the college, right?
Yeah, they did, but I don't think they're doing that now.
Did they recently close that?
Yeah, they closed that too. They closed that in '97.
Well, Arch is still mining over there by the school.
Yeah, but it's a
in the
different
fall.
company.
I went
I
over
think
there.
it's just a subcontractor with Arch Mineral.
I see.
Arch
Okay.
Mineral might even own it. I don't know, but they said somebody out of Virginia that owned it like that.
I see.
Yeah.
And so you got a little museum in this lamp house. And
Yes, we got
You're gonna move this over to the train station,
yeah.
the train depot?
They're almost got the thing done. Yeah, they spent $200,000 on that building and the restaurant. Yeah,
And how much coal would they take out of 31 per day?
per day. Well, with both of them in the old days like that, they took 200 railroad cars. See, probably 100 over and 100
About
here.
how many tons is that?
That's 55. That's 55 ton in a car. So you can add 200 times. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a lot
like
of coal.
that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. The first coal out here on the you will see, and then they tell you when the first coal went out here, how much ton it was. See, and it was a monster.
Now the belt line that's over here now, that's Arch's belt line, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
And that's from where they did the core drill?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. Well, this mine's here shut down. This mine's here opened in 1920, and then they shut it down in '62. And we went above here and opened 33 mines, and we core drilled it 6 foot round, 750 feet straight down, son, and dropped that
Wow.
coal from the top all the way down. They hit on the vibrator, and the vibrator put it on a belt. And that belt would run better than 500 ton of air. See?
Wow.
Yeah. And if we wanted to get stopped up, we'd have to take a piece of we'd take a piece of conduit, stick a 2-piece cow powder on a cap, stick that something, it'd be 20 foot, 40 foot, go around might be 180 feet in the air, see, up in that hole.
Wow.
And we'd shoot it.
Wow.
And here it comes. Son. It takes sometimes it takes several times to get it all at one time, you know, it takes, yeah. But this was Arch and U.S. Steel was both good companies to work for. And when we got the union in, it's better than ever, see.
And the union came in what, like
1937.
1937?
Yeah.
And there were some deaths, weren't there, here over?
Well, yes, there was a few, not many, no.
Bob Collier told me that you could find bodies laying in Looney Creek sometimes.
Well, yeah.
The company had its own police force, right?
Yeah, they had.
And they would, they'd go after people trying to unionize.
Yeah.
And there was wasn't the chief of that police killed here in the bathhouse?
Yeah,
in a
no, not in the
gunfight?
bathhouse. That was.
Who was the guy? There was a guy killed in the bathhouse, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's a guy, but that wasn't union problem. That wasn't what my dad said. Now the union problem, the guy you were talking about got killed was up here at the store. They was trying to organize it, see,
I see.
store, and he was arguing with him, you know. And if it got in wrestling, both of them had guns. And here come another police protector, and he starts shooting at him, see, from down here, from a pretty good piece of here, that restaurant over or something. And we got blamed for it. It cost us $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about the hotel?
Oh yes. Oh, here's the hotel. Get you a picture of this hotel.
Okay.
Right here.
Well, this is one of the nicest ones in the whole area,
Yeah,
wasn't
built
it?
in 1920. This was. Built in 1920, and then it had 142 rooms in it. And I stayed there in 1950 for $75 a month. And we got my wife and I. We got 3 meals a day. They washed. They changed the beds every day, and they packed my lunch. Packed my lunch every day like that. They always asked me if I have enough in the lunch. I said, yeah. We put a little more too. This here the hotel had a barber shop, a beauty shop, a mine rescue building, a pool room. You name it, we had it. It had 3 places to eat too.
Was there a
And,
bowling alley in it?
Yeah, bowling alley's right here, see here? How long that is right there was a bowling alley, and they had the bowling alley, and it was a good place to, and our school teachers, and the doctors, and nurses stayed there while they was going to school to find something else. See, like
And the hotel was located where City Hall
right on
is?
top of the hill up here.
Where that
Where the clinic
medical
is.
place is,
Where the
right?
clinic- That's right. where the
And how come they tore it down?
Well, in the old days, like I told you, we had 80 or 90 men on a section. Then when this continuous miner come in 1947, it went down like a Titanic, see? Well, you're using 80 or 90 men, you use 8 men now, see? See, that's 8 men.
So they just tore it down because there wasn't enough business to keep
Yeah,
it open?
Yeah, it's such a big building, it takes so much money to keep it up, see?
What year did they tear it down?
60, they took about 64, I think, 1964, yeah, like that.
What did they do with all the stone from it?
Sold it.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
That's,
See, they'll tell you, see, the 20,000 people we had in here.
there was 20,000 people living in Lynch?
No, let me back up. There was 10,000 people. And in the 10,000 people we had here, we had 15 or 20 different nationalities. We had Russians, Germans, Italians, you name it.
And that was because U.S. Steel recruited people from Europe,
yeah,
right?
remember Europe? That's right.
Because when the war was going, there was a draft and it was hard to get men to come here and work.
Yeah.
So they
But another
recruited
thing,
from Europe.
you didn't have to, if you was working here in the mines, you wouldn't have to go to the army if you didn't want to during the war.
Wow.
Well, you had to have this stuff, see. You got it exempted.
Now, how many men would work a day here? How many would go into the mines?
Yeah, in the mines here, it'd be 1,800 in this one, about 1,900 across the street.
And they were all taking showers in the bathhouse?
Yeah. yeah.
So they'd be
we
running...
About 1,900 men on a shift, see. That'd be 3 shifts. We had a bathhouse over to take care of 6,000, better than 6,000 if they needed. Because we got men here on the outside, we had 1,100 houses to fix up out here, see. And we painted those houses, and we hauled coal to 1,100 houses. We sure did. You got the windows to put in, electrical problems, stuff like that.
All the houses were heated by coal, but the company-owned buildings got steam from the powerhouse, right?
Yes, these houses on top of the hill up here. And this building here was steam. And
the bathhouse?
Bathhouse, all that. And the superintendent's office over here, and unemployment office, and the engineering department, and the bathhouse were in the back there where 6,000 men took a bath in 3 shifts like that.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Now, the graveyard where all the people are buried, is that accessible where I can get up there to where the foreign gravestones are?
Yeah, yeah.
I heard it was overgrown with weeds pretty bad.
Well, his daddy, Mama's brother, he's a foreigner too.
Huh?
He's right out there right now. Mm-hmm. He can tell you a lot about the foreigners.
Well, I'll ask him.
It's Mitchell Toposky.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Mitchell Toposky, we had a Yakupovich, we had a Yelowski, a Hozowski, Zalamas.
Is your
Zalana.
is your daddy buried in there too?
No, my daddy was buried in Virginia.
That's where your family is from?
No, that's where he's from, yeah. But he came here, he come over here in 1924. He was a miner before he come here. He only worked 39 years here, say.
39's a lot.
Well, I worked 42.
So how did he come about coming over here? He just heard they was hiring?
They heard about, he already had an uncle over here working. Okay, when you come to the top of the mountain up here, you go up to the top of the mountain, that's 4,200 feet. Virginia side was done. Kentucky wasn't. Dad and them brought 5 kids down, walked down the path into Lynch 7 miles.
And got hired right away? Moved into a store or into a house?
Yeah.
And
that store was already built. You get your groceries and anything, furniture and anything. And here's another thing. They didn't have no roads in here then. And what they did, they brought this train. See what they had a train down here at the road to Benham. The railroad's finished to Benham. And when U.S. Steel come in, they come on from Benham on up to here, see? Mm-hmm. And they'd bring their stuff on flat cars and stuff like that, and trucks and motors and stuff like that.
They used to put Red Dog down on the roads?
No, not then. Gravel. They didn't start using Red Dog till we went on the hill here later on, and they start burning, see? They bring us out. We used to pick all the slate out there, and they had a belt. And they'd throw this on that belt, and they would take it up the hill. And so many years had so much pressure and chemicals in it, it caught a fire. Or somebody set it afire. It burned for years, and that's what you call Red Dog.
Now that was good for streets.
Yeah, they use it for streets and strip jobs and stuff like that.
Now that big pile of Red Dog's still up there, isn't there?
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah, sure is. There's a lot of Red Dog up there. Sure is. You can drive right up to it. So.
Yeah, I was up there last year.
Yeah, you was, wasn't you?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What kind of...
The cemetery that has all the foreigners buried with the foreign headstones, is it up this way?
No, it's down Cumberland.
Cumberland.
Is it really? That's where when people were killed here in the mines, they buried them in Cumberland?
Yeah,
As
yeah,
far as I know.
yeah, yeah.
I heard there was a graveyard up this way.
Well, there's not much,
There
you
is.
It's overgrown.
There is, but
can't get in it.
I don't know if you can get into that.
And the cemetery, and the lots, you can, I mean, the blocks, you couldn't read them anyway.
Have you been up on that mountain?
Well,
He's been everywhere, that guy. He
Well,
comes in here.
I'll tell you
I'm
where-
gonna ask him because
I'll show him to you. He's got long hair.
Do that, show me to him when he comes up.
But he knows, I give
Person
him
got discharged for fighting.
When we did at 37, we found them graves down there,
You
you
got
know,
it.
when we built that substation, Bob?
Yeah.
And that down at the washer, when they found that
We
one.
make a baseball team with 40.
that's funny. What year is that? 1937.
1937. See, these coal companies had small, like pro teams, you know?
Yeah, they were the
baseball.
Grays, right?
Yeah,
Lynch Grays?
Yeah, sure was. See, like I told you, they had the railroad in here, the railroad come in and didn't have the road. Look, it's already built, and they ain't got no roads. Now, how did that's the superintendent's
Right.
office and payroll and the unemployment, all in the bathhouse out here. So
Hold on a second now. What's this little square building?
that's the store.
That's the original
That's
store?
the original store. That's where we got our food at.
That's not the big building that's there now, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
What's the big building behind it? Was that the car dealership?
No, we didn't have no car dealership.
Didn't they sold cars here?
Well, they had a garage on the side of it over here. I think I sold that picture yesterday. Oh, here it is.
And then this is the
Now,
power
this guy sold
shop.
cars here, look here.
This is a power
I
shop.
don't know whether that's what you're talking about or not, but this is the theater right here, and this is our service station right here.
So this is on Main Street?
Yeah.
The theater's gone?
It's gone. The
And what's-
theater's gone, and the service station's gone.
What's in their place now?
The post office.
Post office, okay.
Yeah. You're going up the road there now, they got another service station.
Yeah, I seen that. The powerhouse burned coal, didn't it?
Yes, it
It had a belt line going right into it from the tipple, didn't it?
Yeah. Here's the back of her. Here's the back of her, look at that. That's back of the hotel. That's the back of that
What's the
hotel. They're building the
scaffolding from?
hotel, see?
Oh, that's when they were building it?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the tipple here. Now, this thing
The
right
coal
here,
came out
this
on-
is gone now, ain't
Yeah.
it?
Then, like I told you, now this is where the rock goes up this way here, and then it goes up on the hill here, and that's where you got your red dog, see? It was on the hill.
Now, this belt line that goes up a hill over here,
Yeah.
this is from 32 up on Black
No,
Mountain?
no, that's not, that's another one. That's another one.
Now, that belt line, what, they had a mine up there?
Yeah. I see this right here.
So this,
Here's a view of
this
Barnum
building
River.
right here is what? This was just for the tipple?
Yeah.
And then what's this down here? This was
Well,
storage?
that's where they stored the coal here till the train come through into had 3 tracks to load it out. See over here look over here on this picture over here.
Hey, Bob,
Huh? Yeah,
right above you.
This is
Yeah.
what the tipple looked like that U.S. Steel used?
Yeah.
Here's
How come they tore this structure off the top of it, is what I'm wondering. This building right up here on the top?
Dismantled that whole thing up there, down, except for
Yeah.
the concrete they left over.
yeah. They tore all this out. They tore all this out
They
and put
gutted
this
the whole thing
blended
inside.
in, bend them in.
Now, show me,
But that's when they got this continuous miner and they were
When they automated, they tore it all out.
real small, see?
now
The coal's real small, see?
show me this half of the picture over here.
That's the mule barn right here. That's where we kept the
Okay.
mules, to pull the coal out of the mines. Yeah. And that's, yeah.
And then there was a camp back there, wasn't there?
That's camp right here, number 2 right here, see it?
And what was that camp for? That was
People
just
live
part of Lynch?
That's part of
And that's
Lynch.
all gone now?
We had 6 camps in Lynch.
Was it different nationalities?
No, anybody live in each camp they want to. Didn't George?
Did-
Made no difference what.
Except for blacks.
Well, the black, most of the black.
What'd they call it? What'd they call the different camps? They just
didn't
call them
it
numbers?
different. No, they call it number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6.
And all those houses are gone now?
Yeah,
All been
these are
torn
down
out?
here. Yeah, all these have. Now here's where I was born, look here. Now here you are, buddy. Okay, here's the hotel. The Catholic Church wasn't built yet. Here's the hospital, look how good that is. And I was born right here. I was born in half that house out there, lived there 18 years.
The
right
one
there.
your thumb's on?
Yeah. And here's the main street coming up right there. This here, go right up there. And here's the hospital, the hotel right here. You go up this street right here, the next street here, right out on the main road, and go right up to the hotel like that. Where we went up there the last time.
Right.
I don't know why, when would I take you up and show you something? Look at all the houses, see? Now, these houses all tore down.
Now, what era is this picture? 1920 it says, okay. Yeah, it says it at the
Here
end.
it is, 1920, did you get it? Mm-hmm. 1920.
This is in Lower Lynch. And there's Looney Creek, so the train tracks was on the other side of the creek. These are train cars. You can see the
I need the
smokestack
$50, but I
here,
can't get rid
the
of it.
tipple.
You hearing George?
Huh?
He offered $50 for that picture, I said, I. Here, that's their yard.
Okay.
That's the way it was before we put the before we put the memorial out here, see?
Oh, this was right out here in front of the
Yes,
lamp
it
house?
is. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
lamp house. Yeah, that's the lamp house too. See how them, this used to be the timber yard, see? Keep the timber to use inside the mine, see?
Okay.
Yeah. And then that's the timber yard too. This is a long wall section here. This is, that's a long wall there.
That's upside down, Bob.
Well, yeah, I thought, yeah, now you're talking. That's it, yeah.
Now, where'd they long wall at?
So long wall in 37 down Cumberland.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 15 million.
Wow.
Yeah, that's here, right here.
Which mine's this, do you know?
I think it's 30 mines. It's
Okay.
coming out on 30, yeah, yeah. And then, that's 32 mines. That was a good picture. That's 32 mines.
I'd like to go up and see 32, but are the buildings
to
all
walk
torn
around
down?
and
The
get-
buildings are all torn down, or are they
Yeah,
still there?
Yeah, they tore down. That's 32 too. That's still up there. 32, that's maintenance. You get it?
What is this one?
Maintenance, we keep supplies. and
Where's
stuff.
that at?
Well, it's right across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is
Lamp
it?
house, that's like this building you're in now, see? Mm-hmm. With these lamps we use.
Okay. Oh, this was this lamp house?
Yeah, this is a lamp issue, yeah.
Okay.
See, we had two for this side, one on the other side, see? This is 31 lamp house, that other is 31 across the street, see?
It's all tore up.
Yeah, that's the bathhouse.
And those wires is baskets
That's where you
on
hang
the
your clothes
roof,
on.
right?
Yeah, you hang your clothes on that. There's the bathhouse up there.
Okay.
Here's our mine rescue team. These boys here go to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, get the boys out. They fly over to, they go over to the Tennessee, fly out of the airport over there. In the tipple.
This is
Let's
where?
get that rock in the tipple, coal tipple.
Okay.
And this is building a dump over there. Under construction.
Where's this
39,
at?
Right across the street.
Right across the street.
That's the building right here. This is almost straight across the street where we're at right now.
Yeah, I recognize the powerhouse.
And then here's the belt coming across. Here's the belt line that coming, you was talking about a while ago. This is the belt line that comes from 32 miles, see, down to the blending mill.
That's gone now, ain't it?
Yeah, it's gone. Now they took it out.
It's covered.
Taking everything out. And there's a, over here, this was superintendent's office, payroll office, and all like that. Fire station.
They're gonna refurbish the fire station, aren't they?
Yeah, one of these days get some
They
money.
did the outside, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. That's the engineering department. Here they are too. What are you up to today, son?
Been working around the house, Bob.
You been doing honeydews today? Hey, she gone? Yeah. This is 32. No, not 32. This is, went around a hill right here. This used to have outside.
No, this
beach
picture
in.
right here.
That.
Why'd you kill it?
You couldn't get it.
Is that the restaurant building on the right?
No.
Ties out there, you
That's
know,
where they fix the water to drink, preparation room.
Okay.
where the wires are.
And here's another fire station.
They'll be around there.
And here I am. I'm the oldest. I'm the youngest man. They hid me. See,
You come out in the sun.
they hid me
Come
right
out
there.
in the sun in the morning and.
They had
like it is right now,
had a
they
whistle
set
to
up
blow
wires
over here.
right there in the
At that
shade.
blow, we had 6 camps like a tongue. I guess they put me behind worse.
Swore it right good.
I see.
All of them's gone. but
What
me.
year was this?
About 1957, 58.
Okay.
Yeah.
1920.
First aid.
This is a first aid team.
Yeah, see it?
Here's these guys on the bottom page.
Yeah.
We don't know. Okay.
That's more mine rescue teams. They go up there and catch this plane out and go to Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Yeah, that's the same.
Let me
Yeah.
see this here. Okay. So Bob says this right here is the spur line that comes out 31.
Yeah, this is, yeah. That's
you
when
can
you
see the
come
power
out, they
plant
bring,
across the
here,
road.
have your loads and dump them right there.
And they stored timbers there for use in the mines.
That's right.
Silt pond out there,
That's a powerhouse
And
right there.
about what year do you think his picture was?
That picture's probably in the 40s.
1940s. That's a nice
40s
picture.
or early, that's a
Never
nice
seen
picture.
it before.
The train today come in our son.
Came in or came out?
Come into Lynch. Well, one was a passenger train and two of them to take the coal out.
I see.
Yeah, they like it. Methodist Church, that's where I belong. And here's the colored school, that's the Catholic church, that's where he belongs. But that $1,000 in '62 was a lot of money, son.
This is a parade in 1926, it says.
I was reading.
You asked Mitch about that or something.
32 miners.
32 miners.
Yeah, the boy right here is the boss right there, that's the boss.
What they call him, foreman?
Yeah, that's the foreman, that's her.
Bob says this is a funeral home in the
1917.
lower end of Lynch and it's gone now.
Yeah, yeah.
This was a ballpark. And what year is this? 1920s, it says.
1920s.
And which end of Lynch was this in?
But down lower end, when you
Lower.
first come into Lynch.
Is that where the field is today? Is it the same spot?
It's, what now?
Where the field is today?
Yeah, yeah.
Same
it's still-
spot?
Yeah, same spot,
The
yeah.
grandstand's gone.
Yeah, see all the cars we had down there then? Look here,
It's a lot of cars.
you ain't kidding.
She's got a daughter and a son.
This is Main Street,
Probably about 1930.
1930.
Now here's our store.
That's it being built. They gonna do anything with that building?
No, I wish there was. This is the only American flag that I ever seen was electric. It was red, white, and blue, boy. It was beautiful. Yeah. And that's right here. That's going up to where you buy your furniture and stuff up there.
This is inside the commissary.
Yes, it is. They'd bring a piano in here, and then the church groups get right up and down each step to sing Christmas carols.
Wow.
And they give us a present.
Wow.
They give us a present every Christmas. That's where we wrote our script right there. This is the meat department. You getting them? Good. That's where the bakery was. We had a bakery here, and it was the bakery. And you could smell it all over town, son. They baked
Wow.
biscuits and bread and everything like that. There's some more stuff they had. Yeah,
What's this at the top there?
yeah, that's still top of the store there.
What is it though?
Big company, that's ladies department.
Ladies
Yeah, had a men's department, ladies department, here's a furniture department.
Moved, you know, when mom had her to move, and she didn't want to do it. After mom died,
That's the theater we had down at number one. This is it right here, but it burned.
Where was this theater located?
Down number one when you first come into town.
Down in Lower Lynch?
Yeah, it was on White Street.
Okay.
There's over one, a couple streets from the main street, see. And this is where they had the bowling alley and pool rooms and there was a movie and stuff like that. Most of your silent movies, see. Yeah. Now here's the main, they built this and burnt down and then they built this one.
In the same area?
Yeah, no, it was up here.
In Gap Branch?
No, right there where the post office is.
They had a theater in Gap Branch too, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah, it is in a house.
I
That's in the
see.
first house, yeah. When I was my junior and senior year, me and my friend, then we would, we'd get out of school and go work 2 hours in the afternoon and go back and work 2 more. Yeah, like
Wow.
that. Yeah, she sold the tickets. I took them up on the colored side, the boss took them up on the white side. This is the balcony here, right, where they call the colors was. See, whites are down under this.
Okay.
It was, yeah. There it is. That's a nice theater, boy. Look at
Yes,
it.
it is. Very nice.
City Hall. City Hall being built. That's a service station.
That's the bank though, right? Was,
What, the
they had a bank in
Yeah,
there?
Yeah, it's bank.
At City Hall now.
Yeah, you got that wrong. You go.
I want to pray on that.
First church is built. First Catholic and Methodist, 2 first churches.
They built the Catholic Church because they had so many Europeans, right?
Right,
Lots of Catholics.
right. Him too. His parents and grandparents. That's the Baptist church. Kids come out from Sunday school, Baptist church. Now here's where I go. This is the Methodist church. Yeah.
All
The
built
Italians
from-
built that.
All built from native stone?
Right.
They quarried that right around here, did they?
Yeah, right on top of the hill there. back
Okay, you
there.
know, you go out Central Street right there.
It's a nice, beautiful church, buddy.
Okay, this is.
That's a colored, my sister right there.
South Central.
Probably 39 or 38 when this was taken. That's a long time ago.
Is this in front of a school or a church or what is
Did
this?
what now?
Is this in front of a school or a church?
Brothers Church.
Uh-huh.
In front of the church.
Tell me about the colored school. What do you remember about it?
Well, the colored school was on the lower end, and the white school was on the upper end, east and west. And then they had We didn't start playing football till 19, together, in 19, about 1970, 72.
When did they close the colored school down?
It's about around 1968 or 69 in the 60s.
And then what they do with the building?
It's still there, it's beautiful.
But I mean, did they use any, after the
Yeah, they got it,
1960s,
yeah.
did they use it as a
Well, not
school?
right then they didn't.
They just shut this building down?
Yeah, they colored on this now. They got their stuff there.
After the 68, that was because Johnson took away segregation, right?
Yeah.
So then the coloreds went to the white school?
Right.
Okay.
There's a bunch of colors here. But they had their band, they had their own band, they had, yeah.
See, I used to pay her.
Would you say
They wouldn't even let us scrimmage when I was in school, son. We couldn't
would you
even
say the
scrimmage.
coloreds that lived here in Lynch had it better than coloreds elsewhere?
Yeah, they had a better school. The kids they come in here for Memorial Day, and they was telling me what a good school they had. Then they got out there and they got their schools and raised their own kids and what they run into, see, after that. Yeah.
I heard about this. Where's this at?
Down there where George lived, down on this side, down there, up there for the church.
This was a cave,
Yeah, that's the case.
and they had school in there at first, right?
Yeah. No, they put the school in there later.
Well, then they used
No,
to.
the school was in there first, and then they
and
put a rock
put-
barn.
Then
Rock
they,
barn.
yeah, they had use it
They
as a
cut our
barn.
wood and stuff like that.
Is it still open?
No, it's closed down. No.
No, I mean, can you
It's
still
still
go in the
there.
cave?
Yeah, you can probably, I don't know. George can tell you.
Now
That's
tell me about this shack.
That's just some of the houses we had in Gap Branch, yeah, when they first started.
So was this built by the company for
Yeah,
workers,
oh,
or was
yeah, yeah,
there weren't people living in there originally?
Yeah, it's just temporary. There's one in here, see? Temporary, son's all. That's some of our houses here on the upper end of town. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, they gotta walk back down
What are these here? Just houses
Just
being
houses
built?
on the upper end of Lynch.
You have any pictures of that long house?
Now what? You see that at?
Now this is a finished house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Two rails.
So this is what, a duplex, or just has
Yeah.
two porches?
Just two porches, had two porches, front porch to back porch. Nice.
You think that little house is still
And
standing?
here's a bigger, huh?
You think that little house is still standing?
Yeah, we still have several houses like
No, I
this.
mean this one right here.
I can't tell you, I don't know where it's at. But they repainted it and painted them, everything looked better and everything.
Right.
Yeah, they sure did. See, that's a nice house too.
Yeah, it
They
is.
took that house tore down, it's a double house.
Where's this house at?
Down number one, out there across from the funeral home.
Okay.
There's a funeral home down there, it's about, 2 houses above the funeral home. Yeah. And that's that one I showed.
These are houses.
Yeah. More houses, more houses.
Where's
March
this
of
at?
20, number one.
Now, where is this at?
Yeah, number one, 1920.
What's number one? Upper Lynch or Lower Lynch?
This is lower end, number one.
So this is a
Upper end,
colored area?
Number 6 is up here, so, yeah.
So this number one's a colored area.
Well, you got some colored and white, we mixed it up, but the most of the colored was down that way.
So are those houses still standing?
Oh, which-
Number one?
Yeah, they still have
That's
a
the
lot
one
of houses.
still down there?
Yeah, it's good too. Yeah.
Now tell me, Bob, the area between Lower Lynch and Upper Lynch is like a wooded area there in the middle. There's no houses. What is that?
Well, they're just, it's just no houses, there's no houses there now.
There used to be.
No,
Right, he's right.
like from the last house in Lynch right here, from here on up to here.
From the
Last,
Tipple down to Lower Lynch, there's like
First
a
house.
large green area there
well,
that's
that-
just trees.
Well, look here, from the temple down to the, you go down the road there, that's the first house you run into.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Then there's more houses going down the road.
What'd you have in between there where there was just
Nothing.
trees? There was nothing ever there?
Just trees and stuff like that.
Nothing ever there?
I went to a class in this, I went
I was,
Let me see this one right here.
4 times.
that's one where they're building a hospital here, see.
Or is that the hotel? You know what to call
No,
them?
that's the hospital. They probably not built the hotel.
There's not
yet.
many trees there now, or in the
See
picture.
what they done when they
cut all the
they
trees down?
everything out. Mine timbers and everything. See, they used this wood here. They had four sawmills. Build these houses with. But
Now I read in Bob Collier's book they bought the lumber for the houses from Middlesboro.
Yeah, in
because
different
the trees
places.
didn't have enough time to season, but they cut these trees down and used them for mine timbers. huh?
yeah, for mine timbers. And here's the house. This is on the upper end.
Now these fences that are around the yards are nice, but they're not there anymore, are they?
No. Yeah, Branch where I live.
This is looking up Gap Branch.
Yeah. Here's upper end of Gap Branch. Back in the old days, we had these fences. Everybody had a fence around their house. Ain't that something?
And you had to maintain it.
Yeah, buddy.
And there was a mine up there at the top of Gap Branch.
Yeah, there
wasn't
was at one
What
time.
number was it?
That was 35.
Where they at, you know?
35.
When's the
Now
county?
here's one of the boarding houses, the first house you go in and got where it used to be, and they tore it down. Now that's one of them big long houses you're talking about. See?
And I.
God, I don't know how many rooms that thing had in it.
January the 16th.
That's a pretty picture.
That's a nice house.
Yeah,
The house
that
is
is a
gone
nice
now,
house.
huh?
Yeah, that's a nice home. Hospital.
There's a hospital. Yeah.
They're using the hospital now for coming in, for people coming in here working in people's houses and stuff.
It's like a religious mission,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. They got 4 kitchens in there now, see? 4 kitchens. That's up. In the hospital, here's where they examine the babies and stuff like that.
They had good doctors brought
Oh,
in
the
here too,
best,
didn't they?
the best.
Yeah, I read that.
You know, the best doctors and the best teachers, school teachers, see?
These are physicals on minors?
Yeah, that's what they're doing there now, take a physical. You have to take a physical before you go to work.
There's a dentist.
Yeah. There they are, see how they're taking, and here they are in bed, yeah. Yep. That's a sunroom.
I know what that is. That's in the
Sometimes when you
hospital.
get time, you need to go to the hospital up here, and they'll give you a tour. You just like to tour around and see what they,
That's the hotel. It's
Yeah.
pretty. What was it called? Did it have a name?
no, just Lynch Hotel. It's pretty. That's beautiful there, look at that.
What's that? Is that the front of the
That's the
hotel?
front of it, that's the front of it.
So people, when they got off work, could you go in there and use a bowling alley if you
Oh,
wanted? or you
yeah,
had to
yeah,
be a-
buddy, yeah, you go in the
Did you have to
bowling alley.
stay there to bowl?
They got a couple of places to eat in there, you get your ice cream cone.
Wow.
Get your- Yeah.
There's a dance.
Yeah, if they had a dance every Saturday night, we might be a different country, different Italian band or something, different company.
You asked girls from the school to go with you?
Yeah.
Is this inside the commissary?
Yeah, no, this is inside the hotel,
Inside the hotel.
coffee shop they call it. You get coffee and pop and stuff like that in there, ice cream. Poor son, ain't that big hurt. Yeah, we'll let you look.
I see you got.
You know why everything's used in here for?
Yeah, I see you got breast auger there.
That's the breast auger. You drill it up to right there, put it back out, put your powder caps in it, and shoot
And
it.
blow it. Now, did they use these after they use cutters too? You undercut it and blow it?
No, they'd undercut it too, they would shoot it, and when they shoot it like that, that would probably drop down on it,
Right.
bust it out like that. And that's, they drill it up to here, and they put the powder caps in there, and then they would tamp it with this out here. That's brass. You gotta use brass, you don't want that something to go off, see, like that. That's what
So
that's
this is
for.
1920s.
Yeah, in the 20s, from 20s, 30s, and early 30s. And this shovel right here is used for the University of Kentucky basketball players, them 7-footers, you know, them big boys.
What's this shovel from?
Well, this shovel is used in case, and up under there, I can't get under there, see, and you take a shovel and clean out under, see?
I see.
That's like that belt. I'll take you, come tomorrow, or tomorrow's Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
You get a chance. That's your mind timbers like you used to in the old days, see?
Right.
Yeah. Now, we don't do that now, we pin it, you don't have your.
That seems taller than that though, ain't it?
Yeah, this seam in here
In
is.
31?
Yeah.
That seems what,
Look at this, this is
4
3
foot
foot
here.
here, 3 foot. Oh, that in there is 6 foot of it.
Is it 6?
Yeah, that in there is 3 foot. Buddy, how would you like to stay in a hole 3 foot high, 10 hours or something?
I wouldn't like that. That'd be
I don't
hard.
see how they done it, son. No, I don't.
You'd be aching when
Right
you
here's
left.
What we pin the top with. We pin the top with this, we drill it. We drill it every 4 foot, it has to be drilled every 4 foot.
Those are roof bolts?
That's a state, what?
Those are roof bolts?
Yeah, this is.
I thought they
roof
were metal.
They are.
That's
This-
metal?
This is just what you drill it with.
That's a bit?
See, this is the bit. Yeah,
I
this
see.
is the bit. And yeah, and here's what you put in the hole, see?
Right.
But you put a tube of glue in there first. After you drill it, put a tube of glue.
Put the glue in,
Put the glue, yeah, right,
and then there's your bolt.
yeah.
And it has a separator on the top. Doesn't the roof bolt have like a thing that opens up on the top of it?
Now what now?
The roof bolt, doesn't it have something on the top of it that opens up once it's in place? That helps hold it?
Get it? No.
It doesn't?
Now,
Okay.
some of them they put a board on some of them. You know, they pinned them in 1962. But they don't, I didn't know what.
Yeah, okay.
These is early.
And that would open up and help hold it in
Yeah,
place?
that's right, that's right.
Okay.
You got it. You got it.
And then what's this map here? This is
That's
a
about
skateway?
down, that's about down at 37 miles, yeah, down 37. Like that,
This is your escapeway map.
yeah,
Study it and know it.
yeah.
Well, we got to go. Bob says he's got to run. I'm going to catch
Yeah.
up with him later.
There's another man out there with a camera. Go out there and talk to him. I ain't got time to stay down here with him.
This is a TV man from Hazard, from TV. I don't know what he's doing. He's wanting to get inside the mine, but Bob's leaving. I'm coming back and meeting Bob tonight at 6.
Well, come on. Get out. I just want to get some shots. I didn't know if you can get inside here.
You want to get inside? I'll give you 10 minutes.
Well, that's fine. I've got one light. It may not do much for me though.
Oh, so, well, you can, real.
We can give it a try.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
Let me grab your thinking.
I told you.
This is going into the 31 portal.
About 5 times today. Getting good practice, huh?
Get a lot of water, son. I told you we have a miner thing here, don't we?
Now they used to pipe out water out right over there by that bridge, didn't they?
It's still out there. It's still out there.
And then they started
This
running
here
it
goes
on.
out that way.
Yeah, they put it on
They
pipe,
changed
piped it
They're
out.
trying to change the water, yeah. Where's he going now?
Hey Bob, can you sing a little of that song, Working in a Coal Mine, Going Down, Down, Down?
Yeah, a little deeper. Oh, the coal.
I don't know that one.
I did.
Is that the same song?
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, so what the world? I think I need to go home and rest.
This concrete was poured in 1921?
About 1918. 1918. Cause they come in here and bought this 1917. It's,
30,000 acres, right?
yeah, around 30, 40,000, 40,000 acres like that. And our tracks came out on the right side here, and then we had another track here, go back and get their empties like that. So,
Did the men ride that in on a man trip?
yes, we had a man trip, we rode right in on a man trip like that, yeah. I can't let him get too much.
I understand.
Insurance.
Uh-huh.
You put that on TV, people take them back.
Right, okay.
Okay. Can you get it?
I think I might be able to.
Get it?
Are you a retired miner?
Yes,
Did you work this mine here?
yes. In and out. I was a welder. You tore it up, I welded back. 42 years.
Wow.
I see the big building over there, that's the machine shop, see? That's where all the welders and machinists and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We've been doing this since 92. 92. Not in here though, all this out here, memorial, this is memorial for the men that got killed here. And we got 285 killed here, so, in 5 miles, 285 men. So. That U.S. Steel started in 1917. And then, we had 1,100 houses here. We had 2 schools, white school, black school, and the 10,000 people we had 20 to 25 different nationalities. We had Russian, German, Italian, you name it, we had it.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had a black school and a white school. We had 2 of the best schools in the state because U.S. Steel was paying 85% of it. So. Yeah. And my son, he went, oh, you did get a life. Yeah. That, in the old days, I used to use vine timbers to hold this stuff. We don't do that no more. We pin the top. We pin the top every 4 foot. That has to be pinned because that's a state and federal law. To pin the top, it has to be pinned every 4 foot. Now, where that wood is up there was pinned in 1962. Look how good that steel is. Ain't that something? Mm-hmm. Still good. Right here's a seam of coal right here. That's what you call a rib right there. You got to pin that rib. If you don't pin it, it'll rib roll. Our last man was killed by a rib roll in 1997. Marty Clay.
A rib what?
Rib roll. I call it a rib.
Uh-huh.
But when it busts it out like that, they call it a rib roll when it comes out. See?
A rib
This
roll.
is, yeah, see this right here?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, up on both these sides up here, that has to be pinned like that over there, see?
So what does that, obviously that works or you wouldn't be doing it, I guess.
You're what now?
Obviously that is successful or you wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah. That concrete right there poured in 1918. This right here poured about 15 months ago, this right here. Then our mule barn's gonna be right up there where that hole is, to the right side over there. And, yeah. We're gonna put another track in here, and this track will go 1,500. It go 4,000 feet overall. 4,000, yeah. We made our own power here too. You knew that. You see the smokestack? We made our own power here. Made our own power here, and that's the machine shop right there. And that other building right there where we got our hot dogs, stuff like that. Chewing tobacco. All miners have to have chewing tobacco like that.
Yeah.
And then, like I told you, that's the fan right there. And this car over here is what we're riding in modern days. This right here. Right there. Yeah.
Let me grab a mic and
Do what?
let me grab a microphone.
Oh, okay.
You gonna be on TV, Bob?
Look that way.
You been on TV before for this?
Yeah.
Have
Two,
you?
3 times.
2 or 3 times?
Yeah. This guy come in here and wrote an article, but he went on TV, he wrote an article. It went all over. I got a nephew who lives in Colorado Springs. And he said, well, look at her, it's my uncle. He said it back to me.
That's funny.
Yeah, he said it back to me.
You're just a kid.
Ask me the question.
Okay, let me get it set up here.
Hey!
Spell them for me, please.
I'm Bob Lunsford, B-O-B-L-U-N-S-F-O-R-D. I was born here in 1928.
Okay, now what is your title here, I guess?
Right now, I'm just a volunteer here. We started this thing in '92. This is a memorial for the men that got killed here in the mines. See? And then we have all the names on it out here, the memorial out here. Yeah. All the men in. That cost us $10,000, but we built this on the bottom here. You buy these down, you're going to pay for that, so that's no problem.
Okay. Tell me if you would. Obviously, some big plans are in the makings for Portal 31.
Well, Portal 31 still has to man up in Ohio has a contract, and he's going to put artificial men in there, and they have lights on them. They're going to move slowly. They move slowly with a pick and shovel in their hand like that. And we're going to put a mule barn in there, and then we're going to put a track that goes 4,000 feet, 4,000 feet, 4,000 feet, and that was that'll haul 25 to 30 people. The car will. See, you're going to make it like some mining equipment like that, and then you bring it back outside and put it on charge. It has a 440 battery, see? You put it on there. They're going to have to put 440 in the mines, 440 in the mines like that.
So, going to be giving tours here probably next spring, I guess?
Yes, it should be given tours, yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty excited about that, I would
Oh,
think,
yes.
aren't
I've been waiting a long time. Yeah, I'm not going to say that, though. I said I hope to live to see it done. Don't put that in.
Well, you obviously spent a lot of time here in the mine, near the mine working.
Yeah. You mean when I was working? Yeah, in and out. Yeah. I was a welder. You tore it up, I welded back and got out. Broke a rail or something like that. But most of the time we was working in the machine shop over there. They bring the equipment out of here and take it over. They had a rail go right into the shop. That's the way we'd put everything new on it and send it back to them like that.
So it's kind of fun for you now. You're not really working, but you're still able to stay close to the mine.
Oh yeah. I'm still. Well, I'm doing more work now than when I was working 4 days a week. I come down four times a week. I come 4 times a day. What am I talking about? I come down 4 times a day to give tours to people that comes in, and we have. I think Bobby told me that we had over 5,000 kids in the last year, in over a year. They bring them here, and we take. We leave them. Leave half of them here, and then the other half goes down there, and they ship them in and out like that. So,
Is this pretty special for you with what they're doing with Portal 31?
yeah, I want to. Yeah, this is for the men that got killed. Memorial for the men that got killed in mine. Yeah, I want that. And my buddy, I lost my buddy 2 weeks before Christmas, and he, Bill Holland, and Bill and I worked together. We done 85% of this thing, and lost him 2 weeks before Christmas. He played one tackle, and I played the other tackle in high school.
Wow.
How about that? Jeez. Every time I looked at something that we done, remind him of Bill. So.
My.
Yeah.
Anything else that comes to mind, Bob, that you want to mention?
Well, it's a very nice town to live in. It's very quiet, and I've enjoyed it. I've lived here in Lynch for almost 77 years. I was born here. I want to die here. Tell me something else.
I think you've covered it for us pretty
Is that
well.
enough?
Yeah.